Yeah. I kind of like that echo. What's the name said he ain't like that shit, but that shit kind of cool if you know how to use that motherfucking. Yeah, that shit was good. What up, though? Welcome to another episode of Mentally Ill with Dez Cortez, man. Couldn't wait to get back up in this boy. Been a long week, and as always, to my left, I got my motherfucking homie,
my guy,
Sonny Boy Smooth.
Sonny Boy. Hey. Did you say that on air? What's up, y'all? It's T Hayes, man. It pays no haze. Let's get it, man. What's going on, brother?
Haze no haze. It do, my nigga. For real, for real.
Hey, man, it's for real. I appreciate that, bro.
And to your left,
man,
our guest for the day,
man,
one of my homies who I'm very, 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 very proud to share this table with.
Especially on Father's Day.
My dog, Rye, a.k.a. Perk. What up, my baby?
What up, though? What up, though? Rye P, West Side.
Wiggity witty West Side. Yeah, West Side, nigga, yeah.
Right.
But today is Father's Day.
Yes, sir. Happy Father's Day to y'all, man.
Father's Day to everybody, man.
Everybody watching this on the replay. Happy Father's Day. Miles, you too, bro. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, man. That was dope. And then even like your daughter just called you. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like a lot of people wish they had that relationship where their kids would call them. Like a lot of people, kids just won't. And that's dope.
That was my daughter. She just called me daddy.
Oh. Where the applause? Give me a play. Let's go. Oops.
See what happened when you tried to get
I know.
somebody. No, I'm not. No more. You ain't getting no more compliments from me. No, I tried, Lou. I dug deep in my soul to try to give you a compliment. You
he flipped it. He gave himself another one.
But I am proud to be with two of my friends who I definitely can say, I'm not gonna say better father, but they have become better for their children than their fathers have been, and that goes for me also.
That's for sure. For sure.
So I appreciate that.
That's for sure.
Off rip, because we all
got stories
the other way and got tons of stories, and then could have used that as an excuse,
right, not to.
And the reason I brought my homie Perk on here is because I got the utmost respect for him. You know, we met when we was in high school. We played on the same football team, UAD. We had some good runs together. Yeah. What you talking about, guy? Get up out of here, bro. You better ask somebody about me, dog.
They had a Pee Wee League.
You better ask somebody.
Hey, 4-4.
You better ask somebody, guy.
Right. I know.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Dez did his thing for a minute. For a minute.
That head made for a helmet.
It for did. A minute. All I had to do was lean forward and then run. And
keep the legs legs keep up.
But no, I did. I had a good I had a pretty good high school career. Thanks
sir.
College was cut in half, but I mean, shit, I got my college paid for. You know what I mean? This guy too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Huh? You know, and football paved the way for that. So, but that's where we met on the field, and we were able to change a program around together.
Yeah.
A program that was known for having super intelligent kids, but not having very good teams. You know what I mean? And we were able to be one of the first things they would say, okay, we can be some smart motherfuckers and still win some games, still be athletic. And they really haven't done that since we left. Truthfully, I don't believe like the way that we did it, but at the same time, we were able to do that, and I'm proud to be able to do it with you. But on a larger scale, when we were all having kids and everybody had a few kids earlier, you like really had a kid, you know what I mean? Like, we had kids, you know what I mean? And we had somebody to help us and everything like that.
Right.
But bro, like, you really was on your own as a kid, raising your kid.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, I was a little young.
But not only that, a kid with quote unquote special needs. You know what I mean, bro?
Right.
Like, I don't really think you even understand like what that is, because people don't raise they perfectly right kid. You know what I mean? Or people
Right.
don't raise their kids by themselves. Period.
Right.
And you had to.
I appreciate you.
So hands up, and but not only that, like your kid is like a genius, bro. You know what I mean? Like straight
You know?
up.
Shout out to Lil Rod. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lil Rod.
Like people was not even expecting us to even make it to 30 and 40, let alone be able to raise a kid as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just like take us back to when like Lil Rod was first born, if you can.
Well, when he was first born, he had some complications. He was in an incubator for a while. Then he was able, they started putting G-tubes and putting holes in his stomach to feed him through his stomach, you know. Then he went to his heart. It was a whole bunch of different operations. He was over 50 operations.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, he had to get resuscitated a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Strong kid, man. Been through a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And you know, this show is about the mental aspect of what goes on. And this show's about the mental of fathers and single fathers. But like, were you even thinking about what was going on with you mentally at that time? Like, was that even a thought? Like, were you thinking like this could lead to depression, or I need to do this, or I need to check my anxiety, or I need to talk to somebody, anything like that?
Well, I'm my only child, so all I had was my friends, you know what I'm saying? I talked to a couple of friends that I really trust. So that's how I got my things out sometimes, and, you know, keep it moving, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, man, I just don't want to get like too sad in it, but
Right.
like your moms was like, you know what I mean? Like she was our moms, bro.
Right.
And when it was just you raising your son, like, and you had her, you know what I mean? And then like the way shit unfolded, bro, I was just like, my nigga can't catch a break, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
for real, dog. Like it was like, dog, like he doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? He trying, and just he get like to lose your mom. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. Like right when y'all, you know what I mean? Like I just couldn't imagine, bro. And I mean, of course, I was going through what I was going through, but at the same time, like I really don't feel as if I was there enough for you at that time. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as I look at it now, and the magnitude of what was going on with you and our age, should have been more. You know what I mean? But even I wasn't as mature enough to understand that at that age.
Man, you was raising yours too.
You had your own stuff,
Right.
but that's how I look
Yeah,
at it,
but-
you know what I
but-
mean?
We all, you know what I mean? But bro, like
I get what you're saying though. Don't get it twisted.
on the magnitude of people who had that type of situation, like dog, we should have been there more. You know what I mean? Just saying that, bro, for real.
I appreciate it.
And like, do you want to share how you got total custody of your child? Of
Well,
Lil Rod?
pretty much, I thought my son was going through complications, and we had to go over to Cincinnati, Ohio, and then I found out that Children's in Detroit had messed up his.
They made boo-boo. Made a big mistake.
Yeah,
I got you.
they messed up.
For sure. For sure.
They corrected the surgery, and
Hey, it's all good, bro. it ended up working out in your favor, in his favor, for sure.
Yeah, so
That's for sure.
So they told us not to touch him, for him to stay in the crib. So I had just drove from Detroit for my job, and to catch his surgery. Mm-hmm. So I was tired. So I went to the bed, went to sleep for a minute, and I get this call saying Robert, he little Robert throwing up blood and feces out his mouth, and I'm like, what? Like, he was just fine when I went upstairs. So went back down, and I was about 4 or 5 p.m. Mm-hmm. And I stayed with him all night. She went to sleep, and that's when I had found out. After he had that morning, he finally stopped throwing the blood and all that out of him. He was feeling better, and so I felt a little better after a few hours. And feeling better, so I went back to bed. I woke her up like, I gotta get some rest. I'm tired, and that's when. And when I woke up, that's when I got a call from the detective telling me, all this different stuff about, do I know this and that, And I'm like, I just got in town. I don't know what you're talking about, And that's when I had, they told me to come down. They said they have substantial evidence. Just asked me all these questions. So then I had to quit my job because I had to stay with him. So I lost everything. Mm-hmm. I lost my home on 8,
Right.
Everything I owned. So all I had was the 2 bags I had, when I came back. And but when I seen that video of her doing it, that was a big difference,
Right. So just to be clear, they was doing something to alter the progress.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
So once I figured that out, it just pretty much year after year just replayed in my mind because I seen the video. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe that somebody I was about to marry did that to my son. So
yeah, that's for sure, bro. But that goes to show right now. You know what I'm saying? About just the way you explain that, bro. And then you just covered some stuff I didn't know as far as you being away from here. You know what I'm saying? When all that went down too, bro. So the fact that you even put up everything to go down there to make sure your son was straight off top. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal, bro. Like, I don't even know how I would handle that.
But even having to do that and then understanding now, like, I just thought, like, damn, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I gotta give, and when they say it's flowers or whatever about flowers, it's about me just talking about what my homie had to do mentally. Mm-hmm. And then me sitting in the backyard with him the other day, laughing and joking for his son's graduation party. And this nigga like straight A's and shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I ain't make it to the graduation party, but yes. One more time. Shout out to Lil Rob, dog. I'm mad I ain't make it to the graduation party, but
bro, like, yeah. I just want you to really, like, take some time to understand how motherfucking strong you are, bro.
Right.
And you was only chosen to do that, to raise that motherfucking genius, dog, because you was so strong, my nigga. Mm-hmm. And you did that shit, nigga.
Right. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, like, do you remember the trial? Did you have to say something about it? Like, did you have to say something or anything during the trial, or was it basically just them on her?
It was just pretty much on her. Ain't pretty much. It was nothing I had to do with it.
The video pretty much covered it, right?
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, seeing that video just creeped me out.
Right.
Throughout the years.
So you ain't never even really even care about how much time she got or none of no other shit. It was just mostly like it happened.
I was so focused on my sons getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At the time, he was almost 2. He wasn't able to drink by a mouth at the time. He wasn't able to walk at the time. So there was a lot of stuff that I had to do, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much be a nurse at home. He had a lot of tubes, a lot of different things I had to learn how to put in.
Right.
You know? Try to do my best. That's all I did. You know, I never thought that I would have to do it like this, but what could I say? It was my son.
Big bingo. Bingo.
And that's the thing too, dog. You know, all the people who strong, like not really thinking about how strong they gonna have to be. You know what I mean? Like, nowhere in hell we would have ever thought that nothing like that would have happened to any of us.
Right. That's for sure.
And for something to happen, you know what I mean? Somebody so close, and then but again, I'm proud of how you handle it and where we are now. And I know you know, like you may not feel it now, but you're definitely about to get all that you need from the universe, bro, because of who you are and what you've done, my nigga.
Yes, sir. Just making that decision, man. You know what I'm saying? There's people that just walk out on their kids for no reason, bro. And not saying that was a reason, but the fact that,
anything.
yeah, I was about to say the fact that you even went down there, man, to do your thing, bro. Big ups to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was big, dog. And like I said, when I met you, bro, I think you had a little ride with you when I met you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Always having with him.
Always.
How old was you when he was born?
Probably 20, 21, 22.
21, 22?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a grind, but, you know, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
So what do you, first of all, if it's a father that's in your situation out there, and do big ups to you for even stepping into them shoes and having the mental capacity and the soul to even do that. But what would you tell them? You know what I mean? Like, how can you tell them to deal with the pain that comes with that as they go on in life?
Well, you know, everybody's different. I think so. I think it's no recipe for anything, you know. A lot of us, you know, been raised by single mothers. A lot of us had fathers, you know. I didn't have my father, you know. I had an idea of a father. I look at people like coaches and teammates, their fathers, you know, that I saw that was good men, that I thought were good men. So I try to take those traits and try to say that I didn't want my son to go through what I went through as a child, not having a father around to teach me things. Just trying my best. That's all I want to do.
That's for sure.
Well, nigga, your best was more than good enough, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely more than good enough. And nigga, shit, nigga, the MI combat that we went to, like, shit like that, the vibing opportunities, the fishing and stuff that we was able to have with our kids, that type of stuff, dog, like, that shit goes so far. Cause the motherfuckers like that I was with in LA who everybody want to fucking be around, different shit like that. Like their relationship with their kids suck, dog. Like that shit horrible, dog. Like they really damn near sold themselves, dog, for what the fuck they got.
Right.
And for us to be able to say, I live on whatever fucking level I gotta live on to make sure I am who I am for my kids, bro. We gonna have to start like understanding the magnitude of that shit.
I feel that.
Because for us, it wasn't like that for our fathers.
Right.
They had them same decisions, dog.
True.
They had them same motherfucking decisions, dog.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they chose otherwise than what we needed at the time, but they did. But I think about all of us, like even the niggas who never even do their daddies, period. The ones that's around us, dog, they all daddies, dog. Think about it. We really don't fuck with no nigga who don't fuck with their kids, dog.
Right. That's some real shit. That's
Like,
big.
that's the minimum, dog.
Right.
None of us. Like, maybe somebody may got one kid, like they might not, but for the most part, nigga, if you don't fuck with your, like,
Crazy.
we gotta understand that's totally different what the fuck we grew up on.
Right.
Because most motherfuckers' daddies wasn't around when we was there.
Right. That's
So, big ups, man, to all that shit. Sonny boy,
yeah, buddy.
what was it like
You
when
keep
you
saying it.
first heard that you had a baby on the way?
Oh man.
What was your mental like, my nigga?
I'm gonna keep it real, man. When I man, if I recall correctly, you know, I'm a pretty observant person, you know what I'm saying? And when I got the news that I was having a kid, I think I was actually having an argument. Yeah, and I was like, you need to be worried about your period.
Hell no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And crazy enough, I want to say the next day, I think, or, you know, not long after that, you know, I go in the bathroom and it's a pregnancy test sitting on the tub. And I'm looking at the pregnancy test like, oh, shit. I know what that is. Let me look at it. I don't want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the bathroom forever. You hear me? I'm in the bathroom forever. I'm looking at the stick. She left it out for me to see it. You know what I'm saying? But
Damn.
yeah, I'm looking at the stick like, oh shit. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was in the bathroom for a long time. So right then at that moment, like my mental went. I played so many different scenarios. I ain't know what was going on, but you know, I knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you know, but you just I wasn't ready to look at this to get the answer. You know what I'm saying? It was like I knew, but I wasn't ready for the answer. But you know, when I got the answer, it was just like, okay, it's on and popping. I ain't never been no one to push for getting rid of babies and none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just something, and that's because I'm the last out of 3. And I found out recently, I'm about to mess y'all up with this. I made it through condoms. Like, yeah. And then for me, yeah. You hear me? But that's crazy. I just heard a story recently saying that my parents or my mama was at a dinner. I think both of them. My parents was at a dinner with my grandparents on my mama's side. And long story short, somebody at the table was like, you know, you pregnant. And they was just like, yeah, you know, they laughed it off, like, whatever. Like, we even using rubbers, like, we ain't doing having no more. You know what I'm saying? And sure as shit, nigga, I was baking in the oven. So, because of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, little stuff like that, man. Yeah, I found that out. It was just like, man, I'm the last of 3, so I don't push for stuff like that. But at the same time, man, you know, it was time to be a man. I was older. See, y'all was in a different scenario than me. You know what I'm saying? My son didn't get here until I think he was, I don't know, a few months before I turned 30.
Dang.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Very good.
I had 4 kids in my 30s.
You feel me? Right.
In my 20s.
Exactly. So don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong, man. It's stuff like that.
I was 10.
I feel you.
Loosey goosey.
Don't get me wrong. I was doing my thing too.
I had none since.
But I'm gonna say this though. If you think about it, bro, I'm something that I realized just now. I used to say, "Oh, I ain't having no kids." And here we go with this mentality and speaking stuff into existence and all of that. I used to say, "Oh, I ain't having no kids," and I remember that changed, and I didn't have no kids. And that changed. It wasn't until I changed it to, "If I ain't got none by 30, I ain't having them." And I remember saying that probably around 24, 25. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sure as shit, 29. 3 months before my 30th birthday, he was here.
Say, don't never say what you ain't gonna do, nigga.
Exactly.
Keep on having birthdays.
You feel me?
That's what I always say, nigga. Just keep on having birthdays.
Right. Exactly.
You ain't gonna do what, nigga?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Keep on having birthdays.
Right.
You gonna do some of that shit.
Right. But over the course of time, you know, it was just funny how my mentality changed from that. Before that, it was just like, I ain't worried about that. I ain't having no kids. And then that turned into, hey, I ain't, all right, fine. Because people used to always say that. Oh, you know, you ain't got kids. You don't know this, that, the other, whatever. You know how people do. You know what I'm saying?
Everything. Nigga.
Yeah, you feel me? But it was just like, dog, I get it now. You know, at the time, I would take offense to that. But I get it now. Like, it's your own is your own, bro. It's nothing like your own, bro.
That's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand all of that. But, you know, honestly, just overall, man, it just make it, when we make that decision to accept that, you know, reality, you know what I'm saying? it either make or break you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't watch it break people down to be pieces of shit. And I done watch it also elevate folks. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, I know my son being here, man, made me a better man. So shout out to little big dog. You know what I'm saying? Little TA.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
Shout out to him.
You feel me?
How was you feeling on your second kid?
We had a couple conversations about that. You want me to talk for you on that?
Wait, and people don't either. Like, we all stayed in the same building.
Yes, sir.
For
a minute.
And that shit was.
We struggled together. Us three really struggled together.
We
dog.
did,
like legit.
We kind of was there for you, but because nigga, we had none of us had shit.
Yeah, we was on some other stuff.
Right.
For sure.
So how was you feeling when that second baby hit?
Well, when you have a 19-year-old and a 2-year-old,
Right.
you was almost there. I was almost there. I was almost at the goal line, the finish line.
The glory line.
Right.
I had my trips to Brazil, all these different places, exotic places I was about to go, man. Just had to get freaky one time. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, I'm trying to get back out of India. They have to got me on the waterworks right now. I'm trying to get back out there. You know. But yeah, it was
Right.
It was when I heard it, you know, I was shocked. Yeah, I was definitely shocked. I did good all this time.
Did good more than one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
But it is what it is. I love my son.
Right.
It is what it is.
Because people really don't really think about the amount of times they do it compared to the amount of kids they have.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yeah,
massive,
yeah.
bro. It's massive.
Yeah,
So,
man. For sure.
But
Yeah, but I was almost on the one and done trip, man. I was almost there, man.
I hate that.
yeah. So I ain't gonna say what I ain't gonna say what I ain't gonna do. But I do not miss
Young dogs be strap it up if you don't wanna. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shit, Tony came through the motherfucking straps. I mean,
Right. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Came through right through that boy.
if you gonna have them, you gonna have them.
Yeah, you right about that. But yeah, if you can't, hey, trust me.
Sonny boy.
Yeah, I'm here, baby.
The little gap I had, them condoms work, man.
Right.
They work.
Shit, man, like, really, truthfully, my 20s is a fucking blur, bro.
For sure. I feel that.
Like, I know I was there for my kid, like, but I mean, just thinking, remembering all that shit,
Right.
I really don't remember much of that shit at all.
I feel that.
Like, we was fucked up, bro. Like, we was done. Like, we was really enjoying ourselves in our motherfucking 20s, nigga.
You gotta think, we was already grown for 15 years.
Right.
Before we turned 20. You know what I'm saying?
And then for us to be in the same, like, oh man, that shit was just crazy.
Right.
That shit was just crazy, man. But we made the choice.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be who we needed to be. Even without the great relationships with the baby mamas.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we still made a choice to even be there, be presentable, even be open. You know what I mean? Catch feelings, all that different shit from what the fuck they be trying to do.
Right.
And different shit. What's the any chick ever told you that she was pregnant and it mentally fucked you up for an amount of time?
For sure.
Perk?
Yeah. It was one that tried to. She got me for a couple dollars though. You know, I was like 19. Yeah, yeah. She got me. She got me for a couple dollars. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
But you know, she found out who her baby daddy was. But yeah, I was scared as hell at that point. I was in college still. You know, I was still trying to chase my dream with the football stuff.
Right.
So yeah, definitely.
So
that was one of the moments.
When you paid her, did you feel a sense of relief, or was you like, this bitch might be trying to get me?
No, she got me, like, cause you know, I found out she had the baby.
She had the baby,
so
right.
you know, I'm like,
Right.
you got me for the bread, and you had the baby. You know, well, you know, at least I'm like, if it is mine, you know, but if it ended up being somebody else, so I was like, oh,
Right.
But at the same time, damn, man, you clouded out here. You know,
Exactly.
but you know, excuse me.
No, nigga, you say what the fuck
you want to, boy.
See what happened, man. Come on, I know you didn't.
Oh man, I actually had a couple, man, but the one that just came to mind, I know. I ain't gonna lie.
I got another story too.
Nah, man. Yeah, right. Go ahead, keep drinking, man. Keep sipping that cup, man. We're gonna get to them in a minute.
Keep telling them.
But no, it's funny, man, because I recently talked to the girl, but this girl I used to kick it with, man, a long time ago. I literally ain't seen her since we broke up. And at one point in time, she told, you know how girls do, they get mad. And she told me, I had an abortion, and it fucked me up. And I'm like, what? Like, how? When? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? But she tell me that. And honestly, bro, that probably got a lot to do with why I didn't have a kid for so long. Because it really did mess with my head. And I want to say I might have been 20. Yeah, I might have been, man, let me think about that. Yeah, I might have been about 20. So she told me she had, long story short, she told me we got, not that I argue with people like that, but she said she had an abortion, dog. It messed me up for a long time.
You're a good nigga.
Listen, I found out not too long ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago. I asked her about it. You know what I'm saying? Because she reached out a couple times, like her mother was going through her transition and stuff like that. So she like, you the first one. You the only person I could think to call, blah, blah, blah. And that opened up a text conversation, you know what I'm saying? And then when we end up talking, I ended up asking her, like, man, like, dog, what made you have an abortion? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would make you do that? And she was like, yeah, I was lying. And I was like, what? So that pissed me off all over again. Like, dog, all these years I'm thinking.
See, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all these years I was thinking I, had messed up on that level to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Right. And come to find out, bro, it was all a lie, bro. She said it all. Whatever was going on, we was going back and forth, and she flat out said that just to piss me off. Just to, you know what I'm saying? Just to make me look like a bad guy.
When I was like 17, 18, chick told me she had gotten an abortion or whatever, nigga, and I ain't gonna let nigga, I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
As if, like, I didn't even really even comprehend like what was even going on, truthfully, dog. To the point where nigga, she tried to like jump me in her basement, nigga. She got so mad because I didn't give a fuck, nigga.
She thought she was waiting on a different reaction.
Exactly, nigga. And I started walking out the basement, and she jumped on my back, was choking me up the stairs. I'm like, damn, bitch, like, you know what I mean? Like, dog, like she, because nigga, I really, mentally, bro, at the age that I'm at, I didn't give a fuck.
Right. Exactly.
At all, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, for y'all to even, you know what I mean? But when you think about it though, like, what if I did and what if it didn't happen? What, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so much shit in the play. So what do you do?
Right.
Mentally, how do you deal with this shit? Do you say, okay, the shit might not be mine, the shit might not happen, so I ain't gonna do that, because truthfully, if you're thinking about the anxiety of the shit, that's anxiety.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's yours or not. So how you gonna have all these motherfucking feelings before you even know for sure if it's yours?
Right. I feel that.
Or do you wait until you know for sure it's yours?
So you know for sure, right?
Before you catch any type of motherfucking feeling. Answer the question.
Sure.
I need another ghost in the darkness, dog. I need another ghost in the darkness. This nigga just made the biggest yawn ever, nigga.
This shit was boring. My bad.
I hate you,
Long
dog.
day.
That's why we don't talk about your shit, nigga.
Right.
You walk out of my movie, my shit was boring.
What was he talking about? Bitches getting abortions?
Right. That's funny, dog. But yeah, man, the mentality of that, man, that'll mess somebody up, man. So ladies, if you're watching this, man, and you playing with people's feelings like that, it'll really mess them up. I had some real trauma off of that, and then went through it again 15 years later when I found out it was some bullshit.
What do you tell your son? You know what I mean? Like, what do you say? Do you say, be there from the beginning, start thinking like, okay, you about to have a kid, blah, 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 or do you say, hey man, slow your motherfucking roll until you know for sure it's yours? Or do you say, make sure the motherfucking bitch, like, how do we talk about handling that shit in the future from what the fuck we had to go through?
Well, it's different now, man, because they can find out now if they could do a DNA test. I think after like a few months, before the baby get here.
That shit costs money.
It costs money and it's dangerous because I think they do like an injection through the navel or something crazy. If I ain't mistaken, it was something crazy like that. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
I don't know, man.
No, it's a way. It's a way that they can do a DNA test before the baby get here. Now.
First 9 months, she just be on her motherfucking own. And I'll make up later. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you.
Nah, I wouldn't recommend that. Only because you got to think about her mental state. You feel me? Her body going through changes, chemical imbalances, all kind of stuff like that too, and that is building the baby inside. You feel me? So realistically, I would say if you for sure don't know, because I feel like you know what I'm saying.
But you don't.
I know that. I get that.
Nigga.
So for the ones that really know. Stick it out. I'm just saying for the ones that know. Like I know when it happened and it all timed out.
My thing,
you know what I'm saying?
like, damn, like,
It's something I thought I knew.
like how many females just letting guys just raw bingy out here? Like, you think you up here just, all right, you letting me do it. You wouldn't think,
Right.
You letting all these other guys doing it too? Like that? Like it's like that.
Something like that.
Just,
Growing up
it's
around,
like,
around
now
shit too. That nigga
that's
let you
what
know that
I
shit off
tell youngins is like, I done made mistakes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You strap it up, G. You know what I'm saying? Till you know for sure,
Right.
Till it's this is yours, you feel me? Cause they out here, man. They loose out here. They let it get it in. Hey,
That was real.
that's real. I mean, I'm just being real. You gotta really be careful out here, man, because
Right.
you these women have your mind thinking that this you, and then you should be doing that to like 2 or 3 different guys.
Yeah.
Like next thing you know, you up here at the doctor somewhere looking crazy, So strap up, youngins. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Also, too, Perk, man, we kind of got off that subject or whatever. And so, after all these years, the baby mama was getting out of prison. What was going through your mind when you knew she was about to get out?
Well, at that point, I was just thinking of the safety of my son. That was the biggest thing. Trust was all gone. So, some of her family members looked at me different because that's their, family. So
Right.
they look at me as the villain. So I'm looking like I'm taking care of your nephew or whoever he is to you, cousin, whoever. But it is what it is. I can't tell nobody to go against their own family. You know what I'm saying? So, I had a little help here and there, but mostly I had to pay for my stuff, pay for my babysitters,
Right.
something like that. My mom was real busy at the time, so
Right.
a lot of stuff. Get these little weak jobs, and you're pretty much paying for child care more so than anything else. So you ain't really making no money. So I was stuck for a minute. Everybody talking about a job is a job. No, you can have to travel hella far just to keep a job, and that money ain't enough to pay the job, pay the bills. That money ain't enough to do what you got to do, and they think that you ain't working hard. Yeah, as a man, I'm trying my best, but sometimes if you don't get those credentials and getting put in certain situations, men go from job to job because they replacement jobs because we're like, it's anything. Anybody can get these jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're just a body.
Now they got the what's that stuff? The do the job placements.
Oh, the temp companies?
Temp agencies.
Yeah.
That's what I
Temp
work with in
agencies
LA.
taking over.
Right.
And they get us in, and we think we doing good. As soon as 90 days hit, you out of there. You know how many jobs I done lost like that?
Yeah.
Doing well at the job.
Right.
As soon as 90 days come,
Yeah.
you out of there.
Yeah. It was a temporary position. Like, damn, I just
And that's how they
build
get
the
down
company
on you, dog. Did you ever feel like they should allow her to see Rob?
In the beginning, I was just like, no,
Right.
it's a wrap.
Right.
But as he became a teenager, I gave him the choice. I'm like, I think you're old enough to understand what you want. So if you want this, you can have it. He didn't want it. So
Did you have to tell him what happened, or did you ever?
I explained to him when I thought he was old enough to understand it.
Right. That's what's up.
Once he understood it, I made him. I ain't want nobody else to have to tell him the story and lie
Yeah,
about
exactly.
what really happened.
Exactly.
So I told him what really happened, and gave him the decision. If you want to deal with his mama, it's up to him.
That's what's up.
And they try to crucify me like it was my decision. It just really wasn't. I didn't want to deal with her in the first place.
Right.
After you did what you did,
Yeah, for sure.
it was nothing I wanted to deal with. So, but I still communicated when I needed to. Just being, and that's a big pill to swallow sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Shit,
what's
damn,
up.
on the hands down, I can't imagine, dog.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel you on that.
Real shit, just can't imagine. So Rob now, like, I know he good, but like, do he even think about moms? Do he even talk to you about her, or is he more like, nigga, I'm straight now? I'm like, you know what I mean?
It's actually his whole life is just really wasn't no conversation about it unless I brought it up.
Right.
So I brought it up here and there to see how he feel about things. And once he told me what it was, I just left it alone.
Right.
I didn't want to bash her name. I wanted him to see for himself. And I feel if she wanted to get back in his life, she'd do it herself. What I'm saying? Why is that my job?
It's not.
So,
Right.
And I don't think we even said that Lil Rod had autism. Did we? We haven't said it the whole show, have we?
No.
Damn, we just talking and shit. We ain't even. Just say what we was talking about. People are like, damn.
Right.
But yeah, he does. And dog, just the way you and I was did you see the Rubik's Cube thing the other day? Fastest time ever Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it was like
Autistic,
5 seconds or
It
something.
was like 3 point something seconds.
Yeah,
or
it
whatever,
was something
dog.
crazy. Yeah.
Autistic dude, dog, he didn't talk to people till he was like 18 years old or something like
Right.
that. Dog, fastest ever, 3 point, I don't know how many seconds, dog. Rubik's Cube.
The Rubik's Cube.
Right.
Bro. He
Put that
figured
bitch
it out.
down like it wasn't like, you know what I mean? And people, especially our people, we always feel as if everything's supposed to be quote unquote perfect, and don't shit be perfect.
Right.
Right.
And we also feel as if that could be a pass off. Okay, so I have, remember I got the one show, We're Nothing But Animals, where it compares, the animals. So it's the story about these shoe bills who they won't raise 2 kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You was talking about that.
Yeah, they'll pick the one and they'll kick them away.
Right.
And I know a family like that.
Right.
Who has one kid who's like almost everything and one kid who's like sickly. And they basically like kick this kid away, almost like don't even show this kid to be around this kid.
Right. That's crazy to me.
But when I see more instances like that in the upper echelon type shit, like that shit happens.
Right.
Yeah.
We do the opposite. You know what I mean? Like if we got a kid, then something like we totally almost put all our motherfucking time and effort
That one. Right.
into that kid.
To the weaker of the two, just for everybody who missed the previous episode. Go back and watch.
So right. To the weaker. So how did that come about? So what makes us different in our thinking?
Religion.
Yeah, but you know what?
Religion.
I was about to say, yeah,
Religion.
over here, bro, life is different. We know life in a whole different light over here in the West. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that could play a part as well.
Because it's compassion.
True, and I was gonna say because the country is like that over here. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying. We got welfare for the people who can't work. You know what I'm saying, and all of that. But the next person who's struggling can't. They. For example, y'all remember when the floods happened, right? Everybody basement back. I know so many people that got help for their basements. I didn't get no help because I didn't qualify for the help. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else who's already getting welfare and free this and free that, they qualified for that. So I think it's based on not just religion, but the way that this country is set up. Because if you think about it, we set up to help the weaker. If you're strong, go get it. Find out, first off, if you're strong enough or not. But, for example, with me, bro, I really need it. I know people that was literally scamming the system, getting checks for their basement, getting checks for basements that wasn't even theirs. They wasn't even theirs, bro.
Getting it.
And getting cash and make bankroll. You hear me, dog? Trips, all of that. Trips, whips, all of that. And I'm at the crib throwing shit away. You know what I'm saying? I got to replace my hot water tank, you know what I'm saying? Throwing away clothes, all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no pity party, but I'm just saying, if you think about it, that's a fucked up scenario for the ones who actually
choose the right way, though.
Yeah.
Also, too, like we choose the right shit.
Exactly.
Because we always around scammers, nigga. Come on,
Yeah,
nigga.
for sure.
From fucking Highland Park.
For sure,
This
for
nigga
sure.
from Finkel.
We in
nigga.
Detroit, man.
Right, nigga. Like, the scammers is there, nigga. 24/7. So, that's definitely a whole nother thought of thinking. And then how we was able to come to that with all the shit that was going on around us, dog.
Yeah, man.
Still, I still think about it all the time. You know what I mean? And it definitely had to be our moms, nigga, because our dads was fucked up. And really, I can't imagine being like one of them niggas from the hood who mama and daddy was fucked up. And I say it all the time, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
So to
Shout out to
that,
them.
I gotta say I'm motherfucking blessed.
It's
And
real.
our fathers, as far as my father, like he wasn't necessarily there how how other fathers are or whatever, and he had his addiction, but at the same time he was able to be a father to more than just us. You know what I mean? Like he loved y'all niggas like y'all was his kids, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like niggas in the hood to this day be like, nigga, your daddy, my daddy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they'll tear the fuck up.
Right.
Hard ass
Like that.
killing niggas. Tear the fuck up. Like, nigga, your daddy was my daddy, bro.
Yeah.
So even in that aspect of everything, think about who we are to other motherfuckers' kids and the shit like that.
Right.
Think about who the people who are looking at us like, man, look how them motherfuckers daddies. Cause we ain't never shunned that shit. We ain't never run from that shit. And it's always it's been the coolest shit ever for us to have our kids with us.
Yeah,
We ain't never been them type of niggas. So we definitely need to think about that. Also, perk, bro, for real. 100 again. Take the time to understand who you are, bro, and how strong you are, and how strong you had to be chosen to do what you did, my nigga.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
For real, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
I appreciate it.
For real. Nigga, because you was chosen for a reason, dog, and you did that shit, my nigga.
Right.
I appreciate it.
For real.
Right.
And Tony Hayes, my nigga, big ups to you for being a better father than what you had, you know what I mean? And Big Tony, my nigga. But, bro,
All day. That's my guy.
my dad, my mans, but we blessed to be able to be better fathers, dog.
All right. That's real talk.
You know what I mean?
That's real talk.
And to everybody out there listening, happy Father's Day to all the dads.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Make sure, and to all my homies who don't have their fathers around, who wish they was there, man, I feel you. I definitely wish I could see my dad again. I like if my dad could sit at this table and be talking with us, he would be on 10.
Man,
This nigga be so tickled, dog. He would just he just couldn't wait to see what we had in store. You know what I mean? Too bad he wasn't able to get here to see it, but
right.
He definitely wanted the best for us and thought like we was the shit and thought we were all his kids. We was his kids, but thought y'all was his kids too.
Right.
One thing I want to say, man, for the youngest coming out, man, with the kids, man, teach your kids, man, to be better than you, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that you can't be a good father. You know what I'm saying? If you have that in your heart, if you have that desire, if you have that burning inside of you, that you knew that the things that hurt you, if you want your kid to go through that, you feel that same pain, change the narrative, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Change it.
Right.
You have the opportunity, regardless of whatever woman. I'm going through all the child support, all that same thing.
Right.
I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with it. It is what it is. We made those choices because if we would have wrapped it up, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? We chose better, whatever the case. It's here now.
Right.
Do what you got to do and handle it, brother.
Right.
That's all I want to say to you. Don't give up. Don't let the government take away your privileges of seeing your child.
Exactly.
We gonna end on that dope ass shit right there. I'll see y'all next week. We